It's your favorite girl, Tyler Nicole Taylor, TNT, if you love me. And as you can see, I have a special guest with me today. I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm John, I'm the boyfriend.
Ooh. Yes, that's right, your girl got a man. So, I guess first we could talk about how we met.
Okay.
Alright.
I defer to you.
Okay. So, the way we met was, technically, we met through our brothers.
Yes.
So, our brothers are best friends. And they absolutely hate the idea that we're dating.
That's correct.
I don't know why.
I know for me, I'm a reformed Q-dog. And my brother's aware of some of the exploits I've gotten into in the past and thinks that I might...
But we were not together, so...
But he just thinks that I might repeat them. And it's more... And we've shared stories, so he knows some of the things I've done. So now
I know some of the things you've done.
But he...
And I'm still here.
Right, but that's not what he wants for you. Anyway.
How does this happen? Because, first of all, you're younger than me. And I don't normally do young guys.
Well, I've been fraternizing with older women since I was a young buck, so this is nothing here. And you're like under 5 feet, so that doesn't even matter.
Older women, okay.
You slid in my DM, so I mean, that's kind of how this originated. And I finally decided to hit you back. That's kind of how this happened.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's a lie.
Are we going to address that later or are we going to address that now?
We're going to address that right now. No, you start. You the one telling stories.
Alright, so back in October, she...
Ooh. In October, I slid in your DMs first?
Can I tell? Are you allowed to tell the story or are you not? So back in October, she had made a post. So full disclosure, I just got out of a relationship. And back in October, she had made she takes all these Facebook quizzes and stuff all the time. And she made one say something about the love of her life. His first name is going to start with a J. My name so happens to start with a J. So I dropped the eye emoji, which I am prone to doing.
Is that not shooting your shot? Go ahead.
And, you know, again, I know her through her brother and all that, and she laughed at it. So a few days later, I sent a message, you know, saying, so when we going to start this falling in love process?
He sent the message.
And we kind of progressed from there. She was very flaky at first, but finally...
How was I flaky?
You would respond to my message, I respond back, and then you respond 3 days later.
Yeah.
That's kind of flaky.
I mean, I was busy.
Okay. I typically don't respond to messages unless I'm prepared to converse with that person. But that's just how I do it. Anyway.
I didn't open up your message until I was actually ready to respond. It wasn't like I read it and left you on red.
You didn't, but I didn't know that you were going to respond to one message at a time. If at 7 o'clock you respond to my message, and at 7:01 I send you a message back, I didn't know that I had that 62 seconds that felt like talking, and that 163 seconds hit, bam, that's all right. So finally, we started talking. But I later learned, because she has the proof, the receipts, that she sent me a message years ago while I was still in college. Out of the blue.
When it wasn't.
Who else does that? Exactly.
It was not out of the blue. That is another fib. It was not out of the blue. You were on my wall having a conversation with me, asking me when I was coming back in town, and I was supposed to be coming back for my brother's prom, and I wanted to surprise him, and I could not say that, and I did not want to be rude and just ignore you, so I messaged you to tell you.
She has receipts from the messages, but not of me conversing with her on the wall. But okay.
But why would I just message you out of the blue telling you when I will be coming home? That doesn't even make sense.
To slide in the DM.
No, Out of here. Now you know that's some BS. Please. You're a hot mess.
Alright.
A hot mess and a liar. Do you prefer silent farts or loud farts? Do you giggle when you know they're going to stink?
This is a multifaceted question, I think. Well, I prefer releasing silent farts because I don't want people to know that I'm farting.
You fart a lot.
However, it has been my experience that my silent farts tend to stink more. So
okay.
I know. I've been doing this for a minute.
Okay.
Now, to answer the question that we may or may not have been asked or replied in this, I prefer my partner to have loud farts because I like to know that it occurred. Especially because women act like they don't fart as much as we do. And that shit be letting silent joys all day, all night, acting like they don't ever fart because it doesn't stink. No. I want to hear it so I can be like, ha! You did.
So this is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
How did we connect so far away? So originally in October, like you said, when you shot your shot, and I guess it was the game you shot. I don't even know why I did it. I was in Maryland at the time, and you were here on the West Coast. That actually could have been I could have easily just went, meh, so could you. The way we connected, the short answer was social media, because it was through Facebook, so.
Yeah, I think that was definitely one way through social media, but I think what the real game changer was me actually calling you.
Yeah, it was actually. And I almost didn't answer. So. But I did, though. I answered. And to be 100, like to keep it 100, for real, we haven't stopped talking on the phone ever since that day. Like,
she gets mad at me if I take too long to call her and really FaceTime her, because if I call her then and she can't see me, that's a wrap. Anyway, I think the way we connect is really just realizing that our mode of communication is through these devices and acting like we're here, like we're in real life. You could spend time with your significant other. She could be over here, I could be over there. She could do her thing, I could do my thing. And just being able to see her makes me feel good. So that's that.
Oh, that was so sweet. What forms of intimacy do we engage in to keep the spark going from so far away?
Face.
Oh my God. My mom is going to watch this.
I apologize to both of our mothers.
Yeah.
We do a lot. Sorry. Wait, well, here, you give your answer. That's my answer.
Cat's out the bag now. Okay. All right. What is one thing about each other that gets on our last nerve?
You start.
One thing about Jonathan that gets on my last nerve is when we get into an argument, and trust and believe we have, he always brings up things and uses them against me because he knows that my memory is not that great when it comes to different conversations that we've had. So he'll take something that I've said before and use it against me and apply it to whatever argument we're having, as if I have to feel like that particular way all the freaking time. Woo! Almost cussed right there. But yeah, that bothers me a lot. Go ahead.
Nothing about her gets on.
You a damn lie. You a lie. What are you trying to win, boyfriend of the year or something? I know the truth.
What gets on my nerves the most? I would say her lack of a censor. There's a difference between being honest with your mate and being unfiltered. If your pregnant wife asks you, do I look fat? Of course she looks fat, but you don't tell her that. So just because she saw something that, oh, that reminds me of what my ex-boyfriend used to do to me, I don't need to hear all that. I don't. Don't want to know. I don't. And she'll say, well, you tell me these things. You asked me for those details. I don't ask you for that shit. I don't know. I don't want to know it. That'd be the one thing. She's been working on it though. She's been doing well.
Thank you.
That's on back.
Thank you. Thank you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Not as a couple, but as individuals. That's probably my favorite question so far. In 5 years, what I see for myself is my business really doing well and hopefully married with 2 kids, even though at least one. Even though the question was individual, but for me, that's a goal of mine. I do desire to marry, which I've said that previously on other videos, and I want to be a mother, and I'm getting up there in age, so it's time to start popping them things out really soon. And yeah, and like I said, I really want my business to be popping because he knows I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but I want to be able to have the flexibility to go in when I want to go in, do what I want to do, and really just work from home mostly. I'm doing okay, but I need to be popping in 5 years. So, yeah. Your turn.
Brown and Associates LLC.
Oh.
I mean, that's the goal. I mean, I got this law degree that I've been sitting on, and it's time to make something happen with it. I have a child on the way, not with her, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not pregnant.
And so in 5 years, my child will be 5. So on that front, I would like to at least have a relationship with his mother where that is not a stressful thing in my life. We have a good co-parenting situation, and if this one will have me, I'm starting to have another family. Well, family that's I'm also incorporating into my life. So that's my plan.
Did you low-key propose right now?
No one's offering us free drinks right now, so.
Oh, that's a no. Okay.
What would you have said?
That's not one of the questions.
I'm asking the question.
That's not one of the questions.
I'm asking the question.
I don't know. I guess you're going to have to ask me.
To be continued.
Next, what's the longest amount of time you've been able to spend with each other? Well, consecutively. Prior to now, I still count. I mean, we have to count FaceTime and how much time we spent on there.
And the longest consecutive streak we had, I believe, was 18.
Wow. That probably sounds really ridiculous to people. I don't care though.
Since I picked her up at 5:40, about 5:50 p.m. Pacific time on February 13th, but it's now 8:30. We've now done over a day together, and we have not been at each other's sites.
Okay. What's been the most challenging aspect of dating?
Aside from the normal, I mean, in all relationships you have challenging aspects. I think the most challenging aspect here is us having those normal rocky things that occur in relationships without being able to have the closeness of being able to physically overcome them. Not even with your nasty minds that go on, but just being close to each other, being able to talk and all the non-verbal communication cues you can allow to the other person. Because if she's not looking at me on FaceTime because she's mad at me, I can't even give her no non-verbal communication. She's not looking. So there's that.
I have a tendency to do that. And honestly, I think that is one of the keys to us is that even when we are mad at each other, we still stay on FaceTime most of the time. It's maybe like once or twice.
The one time I was kind of upset, I called back. Twice. Except for twice.
Yeah. How do you keep the trust? In my opinion, trust is a personal thing. You have to want to trust the person. And if you make that decision to do it, because you got to understand it's a decision. If you make the decision to do it, you got to stick with it. The minute that you decide that you no longer trust this person, it's a wrap. There ain't shit they can do. How we maintain trust is we try to be as honest with each other as we possibly can without hurting each other's feelings. And we call each other out when we do hurt each other's feelings. If I don't like the particular situation he has found himself in, I let him know that I don't like it And I would prefer him not to find himself in that situation again. Because there has been.
A few.
Yeah.
I think that we kind of established from the beginning that this is our safe space. That I've revealed a lot of things to her. Things that most human beings would not reveal, especially not as early on as I did. And like I said, I've always wanted her to make her decisions with knowing what the deal was. You know, having all my cards out on the table. Do what you will with them. I can honestly say that she's the person that I share the most with now in my life. And knowing that she's not going to judge me and all that definitely goes a big way. As far as me trusting her, look, sometimes she gives me too much detail, so I'm good. I'm good with that.
Okay, well, we really already answered how do we keep it spicy. I mean,
so anything that you would do with the person in real life, don't be scared to do over video.
So anyway, that is all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And if you enjoyed seeing this lovely face and you'd like to see it again, too bad.